Repeat after me. Vasudevasutam devam kamsachanooramardhanam devaki paramanandam krishnam vande jagadgurum. Namostute vyasavishala buddhe pularavindayata patra netra yena tvaya bharata taila purna prajwalito jnanamaya pradipaha. Namo Namaha. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening from wherever you are joining to the fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita. We have made inroads into the fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita. It is called as Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga chapter. Bhagavad Gita is a condensed pill of all scriptures. It is a Upanishad Sara, essence of Upanishads and Vedas are contained in Bhagavad Gita. It's though it is a small text, 700 verses, it synthesizes the scriptures very well, and it is all the scriptures essence is contained in Bhagavad Gita. It is contained in Bhagavad Gita. Just before the start of the war, Dhritarashtra, because of his blind attachment to his son Duryodhana, before the war, Dhritarashtra sent a message to Pandavas through Sanjaya. He conveyed the message, my children are wicked, my son is bad, wicked, adharmic. He doesn't want to follow the righteousness. He doesn't want to heed to the advice of the elders. He is bad. He is a gone case. Whereas you are highly educated, highly noble, highly dharmic, and you listen to the elders. And you should not be like crooks, like my son. You know what is right. You are already used for staying in the forest in exile for 13 years. I cannot change my children, but this war will create unnecessary bloodbath, and to avoid that one, you being wise, I request you to continue to stay in the forest. Continue to stay in the forest, and because you are noble people, you understand, you know the calamities involved. I cannot correct my children, but you are wise. Please stay back in the forest. That is the advice. In the past, Yudhishthira used to listen to his uncle Dhritarashtra, whatever he said. This time Dhritarashtra, because of the advice from Bhima, he had made up his mind and he categorically refused. Sorry, it is not agreeable to me. That advice, Yudhishthira categorically refused, but the same message had gone deep into Arjuna. In the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna started repeating whatever Yudhishthira says. It is better to stay in the forest. What is the need of a piece of a land? Unnecessarily, why kill people on the other side? Elders, teachers, brothers, and why unnecessarily fight? It is better to go out with a begging bowl rather than fighting the war. The Dhritarashtra's message had an effect on Arjuna. He was practically in the first chapter, he was repeating the same. Why take challenges? Just resign and lead a mendicant life. It is a way of misunderstanding the scriptures, shastras. And when he put forth his idea in front of Lord Shri Krishna, Lord Krishna had to correct him to understand the scriptures. Misunderstanding leads to calamity. I may be quoting the same text with a misconstrued misunderstanding can lead to our own downfall. Though the India is the place of the great Mahatmas were born, great scriptures contributed the great scriptures, the misunderstanding of scriptures has led to the current situation in India, complacency. I don't want to act. Why take unnecessary risk? That attitude has dawned in. Lord Shri Krishna had to wake him up. In the fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Shri Krishna says this message of scriptures, this is not the first time he was revealing. Whenever there is a decline of knowledge, he appears to reignite the knowledge. He appears time to time. He had taught this one earlier to son, from the son Ikshvakave, the Manu to Ikshvakave, solar dynasty. And the message has been lost, and so he is reigniting that message now, and Arjuna is a conduit. Arjuna is all the Upanishads, all the Vedas, all the scriptures are like a cow, and in the Dhyana Shloka talks about Sarvo Upanishato Gavo Dugdha Gopala Nandanaha Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gita Amritam Mahatam. Shri Krishna, what he has done, all scriptures, all Upanishads are like a cow. Lord Shri Krishna is like a cowherd boy. He is a cowherd boy, and milk. Cow, in order to give the milk out, it needs a presence of a calf. Shri Krishna, the cowherd boy, he used Arjuna as a calf and just kept it in front of the cow, Upanishad, so that the Upanishad, the cow, started giving the milk in joy. He started milking out the Arjuna was like a calf. He milked out the essence of all scriptures for the benefit of the humanity. For thousands of years, since the Bhagavad Gita Mahabharata war had happened 5,000 years back, still we are relishing the milk given by the cowherd boy Lord Shri Krishna. Arjuna was just an instrument. He was just the nimitta. He was just an excuse for Lord Shri Krishna to give the milk to the generations to come. Repeat after me. Shri bhagavan uvacha imam vivasvate yogam proktavan aham avyayam vivasvan manave praha manur ikshvakave bravit evam parampara-praptam imam rajarshayo viduh kaleneha mahata yogo nashtah parantapa evayam maya tedya yogah proktah puratanah bhaktosi me sakha cheti rahasyam hetaduttamam. When Lord will give this nectar of Bhagavad Gita, when it will dawn in us, what is the prerequisite? Shri Krishna says, you must be devoted. Devoted intensely devoted to the Lord. And sakacheti, you should not be scared of the Lord. People say, I am scared of God. It is not scared. You are friendly with Lord. You are your closest friend. And yet, you are a great devotee. When that combination happens, the message of Bhagavad Gita will dawn in us. Shri Arjuna uvacha aparam bhavato janma param janma vivasvataha katametad vijaniyam tvamado proktavaniti. You are born, you are a contemporary, my contemporary. How should I understand? You have you told this one before to son, or son was there long before you were born. How I should understand? Arjuna was not at all scared to question Lord Krishna. Out of sincerity, sincere question. He was asking the sincere question and eager to know. Not out of arrogance he was questioning. Shri bhagavan uvacha bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacharjuna tanyaham veda sarvani natvam veda parantapa. You and me are born many times. I know everything. I know the past, I know the present, I know the future. You don't know anything. You don't know the past, you don't know the present, you don't know the future. Ajopi san vyayatma bhutanam ishwaropi san prakritim swam adhisthaya sambhavamyatma-mayaya. I reveal myself out of my own accord. I am not under the compulsion to when to come, when to go. I decide when to appear. I decide when to go out of the scene. Out of freedom. I have a freedom. Whereas you do not know that you don't have the freedom. Freedom when to come, where to come, where, how, what time to appear, what time to depart, we have no control. Whereas Lord says, the Prakriti, entire nature is in my control. Prakritim atma-mayaya. Prakriti is called as Maya, Mahima. This greatness, the Prakriti, I use that one as a medium. I express myself. I come out and disappear of my own accord. I am not bound by, unlike others. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirbhavati bharatam abhyuttanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Whenever there is a decline of dharma, when there is a scarcity, I appear to fill the gap. Whenever there is an imbalance, dharma, righteousness has gone down. To set the righteousness, bring the righteousness back, I appear, and I appear time to time. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya dushkritam dharma-sansthapanarthaya sambhavamyatma-mayaya. The dual purpose in my coming. There is two purpose why I reveal myself. One is to look after the good people, noble people. Noble people are extremely dear to me. In Bhagavatam also talks about the noble devotees are more that in Bhagavatam Shri Krishna says, even I am prepared to chop off my own hand if I have to protect the good people. For the good people are extremely, noble souls are extremely dear to Lord. To look after them, I appear time to time. Paritranaya sadhunam. How I look after? By removing the obstacles from their path, by removing the negative people. mitigating the negative people, I look after the good people, I protect them. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sorjuna. I appear and disappear. It is only the divine noble people understand. Lord's appearing and disappearing is divya. It is something beyond description. You can't explain, express. You can't put a logic behind that one. It is beyond the mental comprehension. Yo veti, one who understands this glory of the Lord, how he appears and disappears, not to equate the Lord's coming and going with their this one. Shri Krishna says they will find a path of liberation. And vitaraga bhaya krodha manmaya mamupashrita bahavo jnana tapasa puta madbhava magata. When you understand the greatness of the Lord, vitaraga bhaya krodha, without any fear, they start leading a life without fear. They wait upon the Lord. They are not getting overly anxious. What will happen? There, for sure, they know Lord will look after me. I will do my best. Lord will look after me. No fear, no anxiety, no anger. They don't keep on cursing people. They won't curse the people, and by cursing, their tapashakti goes down. They endure. They trust in Lord completely. They do whatever they need to do. Without any anger, krodha, manmaya, they seek the Lord alone. After baho jnana tapasa, many people having endured the difficulty this way, having done the austerity this way, got purged off their impurities and they have attained the Lord. Ye yata mam prapadyante tanstataiva bhajamyaham mama vartmanu avartante manushya partha sarvashah kankshanta karmanam siddhim yajanta iha devataham kshipram hi manushe loke siddhir bhavati karmaja. Ye yatamam, one who prapadyante, one who worship the Lord this way, that type of they tread my path. Kankshanta karmanam siddhim, those who wants to seek, who are seeking the perfection in their action, yajanta, perfection in they want, those who are seeking the quick results, instead of seeking the Lord, they try to take the shortcuts. Those who cannot endure the sadhana, do the tapas, they seek the shortcut. They approach other means. Those who bestow the quick results, they seek them. Kshipram hima loke siddhir bhavati karmaja. They approach the other sources for the quick result. The quick result, when the quick result comes, it is not a lasting result. If you want a lasting result, you have to work hard. If you want a permanent solution, you have to put in extra work. If there is a repair at home, if you want a quick fix, you will do some quick fix, but it is not a permanent fix. For a permanent fix, you have to seek the Lord alone. For a quick fix, you are seeking the shortcuts. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagashaha tasya kartaram api mam vidya kartaram avyayam. Chaturvarnyam maya srishta, I created, Shri Krishna says, the four mental psychological classification of humanity. The psychological classification, not ordinary humanity, noble people. The seekers of higher knowledge, there are of 4 types. The demonic type of people, there is no classification. They are animalistic type. There is no classification in the demonic type of people. In the noble people are of 4 types. 4 types of noble people are there. 4 types of noble people. One Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Noble people of 4 types. The one is forward looking, looking at years ahead. If you are sailing, you are looking out for any rocks or mountains on the path. You don't want your ship to wreck against the mountain. You are very looking ahead so that there is no the iceberg, you don't know how deep is that one. You want to maneuver around. That is called as Brahmana. Kshatriya is the one, is not very forward looking. He knows how to, when the difficulty time comes, how to maneuver around. It's a Kshatriya type. How to handle the immediate challenge. Vaishya is the one, while maneuvering around, collect all the resources so that you can maneuver around. You need enough resources so that you can maneuver around so that your journey is safe. And Shudra is the one, supports the one who is forward looking, supports one who is working on the immediate problem, and supports one who is collecting all the resources to maneuver around. It's a Shudra. Everyone must become a Shudra, and Shudra, Brahmana must be forward looking person, should be a Shudra type. Shudra means service. For the intention of the serving the humanity, you should be looking around. To maneuver, to handle the challenge, around the challenge, only to serve the community. And you are mobilizing the resources only to serve. Service is the basic requirement to be called as a noble soul. You should have a service mentality. If you are a doctor, without having a service mentality and there is no respect, you are just a money counting machine. There is no service mentality. If you are an engineer, you should have a service mentality. If you are a support staff, you need to have a service mentality. You are working in a child care, you must have a service mentality. If you are a teacher, you should have a service mentality. If you are a journalist, you should have a service mentality. Without having a service mentality, you live as a burden to the society. Shri Krishna says, these 4 classifications, psychological classification, it is an universal classification, only it's a contribution from India. Other countries, they don't know this classification. Though it appears, it is there in practice, they can't give a name, they don't have a name for that one. Bharata has given the names for these type of psychological classification. Namam karmani limpanti, name karma pale spraha, iti imam yu bijanati, karma bhirna sabadhyate. Namam karmani limpanti, the karma, action won't bind me. Action won't bind me. Name karma pale spraha. I have nothing to gain by doing the action. When I have something to gain from my action, it will lead to the bondage. When I have nothing else to attain, I have everything. So, work won't bind me. One who understands this greatness of the Lord, he or she also become free in action. He or she also learns the art of karma yoga. Evam jnatva kritam karma purvairapi mumukshibhi kuru karmaiva tasmatvam purvataram kritam. Evam jnatva, understanding this way, the seekers of the freedom, they have adopted this technique. Shri Krishna says, Kuru karmaiva tasmatvam, not to become and become idle in your life, not to become lazy in your life. Kuru karmaiva tasmatvam, you must act this way. Shri Krishna says karma yoga is a must. However great is your jnani, you have to do the karma yoga like the previous seekers of the liberation, how they have done, you also must act. Kim karma kima karmeti kavayopyatra mohitaha tatte karma pravakshyami yajnatva mokshase ashubhat. Kim karma, what is action, what is kima akarmeti, what to do, what not to do. Even the illumined people are confused. They are also confused. That is why I am telling you what is the secret of action. Karmano hyapi bodhavyam, bodhavyam cha vikarmanaha, akarmanascha bodhavyam, gahana karmano gatihi. The effect of karma, gahano gatihi, it is beyond the comprehension. The effect of karma, the full implication of karma, it is very difficult to understand. Karmana hyapi bodhavyam. The karma, what is karma? What is selfish action? Sakama karma. What is nishkama karma? What is wrong action? What is inaction? I will reveal it to you. Karmano hyapi bodhavyam. Before you embark on selfless action, you should know what is, before you do the selfless action, you should know what is the action, selfish action. You should know what is selfish action, then only you can understand the selfless action. And the selfish action, you should know what will happen if I do the selfish action. You feel the bondage. What is bondage, you should know, then only you will know what is freedom. If you do not know what is selfish action, you can't understand what is selfless action. You should know, you should act with selfish interest, you should understand its limitation. If I do it for selfish action, what is the limitation? Then only you are prompted to do selfless action. If you are doing from the beginning only the selfless action, then many people, the many seekers, they have become very dull in their life. There is no charm in their life, and what is there, and you just do. You become like a doormat. You should know what is selfish action, then only you know the selfless action. And in the Ishavasya Upanishad also talks about vidyam cha vidyam vedo ubhayam sata. You should know what is knowledge, you should know what is ignorance. If you do not know what is ignorance, you will not understand what is knowledge. To understand the knowledge, you should know what is ignorance. To understand what is selfless action, you should know what is selfish action. You should know both. Otherwise, if you do not know, like many people in many spiritual seekers, so-called spiritual seekers, and looking at them, talking to them, you feel miserable. If this is spirituality, I do not want this type of spirituality. Many people I have come across, they in the name of spirituality, they have become very dull. Looking at them, I used to think, if they call this one as a spirituality, I have nothing to do with spirituality. I do not know, I want this type of spirituality. They have not experienced because Sri Krishna says they haven't experienced what is selfish action, sakama karma. Karmanya akarmaya pashyem akarmani cha karmayah sabuddhiman manushyeshu sayukta krishna karma kritam. Karmanya, one akarma, one who understands both selfish action and selfless action alone can understand, though I am acting, I am not doing anything. Though I am not doing anything, I do everything. The head of the organization, CEO, I said, though appear to be not to be doing anything, the entire organization runs because of him. Lord, though not appearing in front of me, in front of us, and he's not doing everything, he's not holding our hands to cross the road, though he's not appearing, in fact, he's doing everything. Though he's not doing anything, appears not doing, he's doing everything. Understanding this one, yukta krishna karma kritam. And this person, one who understands alone, is fit to understand the karma yoga. Yasya sarve samarambha kama sankalpa varjitaha jnanagni dagda karmanam tamahu panditam buddha. Like whatever in the fire, whatever you put gets burnt. Whether you put raw food, you put cooked food, you put wood, you burn, cremate a person, or bake something in the fire, whatever you put it in the fire, it consumes everything without any discrimination. So is when you are awakened, when you understand this concept, akarma, vikarma, what is inaction, what is wrong action, selfish action. When you have this knowledge, though there is imperfection in your action, it burns. There is no side effect from your action, like fire burning everything. The outcome, negative outcome and positive outcome, there is no repercussion of your action. Everything gets burnt down. That fire of knowledge will burn everything. Tyaktva karma pala sangam nitya tripto nirashrayah karmanyabhi pravurtopi naiva kinchit karoti saham. Do not hanker after this is what I want from my action. Get over the desired outcome. I should have this one, I should have that one, and without having set this one, my personal, I want to have this one, without that. And you should have a target, but not to depend on the outcome. Yes, without target we can't work. If success or failure happens, not to get bogged down with that one. Always be contented with whatever the outcome is. Throw your heart behind that one. If the desired outcome did not come, did not give up, continue. Do not give up. Have the happiness with vigor. Continue. Karmanya, if though be pravurtopi, engaged in this way, this way, that person doesn't do anything. For example, the head of the Tata, Ratan Tata, running the head of the big conglomerate, Indian conglomerate Tata, leading so many portfolios, so many verticals, so many businesses, and right from airlines to car, right from the fine chemicals to the heavy chemicals, right from the software and heavy industry, and right from textiles, dyeing. They have portfolio everywhere, and still he appears to be very cool and does whatever required for himself. He appears to be very calm, serene, and a few years back he wanted to learn how to fly. He made time for himself and he has a freedom. For us, we are doing 9 to 5 job. We claim that we are so busy. We are doing an ordinary job. We don't have time to go to the kitchen to work. We say, sorry, I am busy. That shows I don't know what is karma yoga. Small things in my life, I can't manage my own house. I claim that I am busy. That the saying I am busy, that means I am not interested. That learn from Ratan Tata, like the great, the running the whole, the conglomerate, still it's a walking like a free lion, like a lion, king of the forest. You should be like that. Nirashir yata chittatma tektva sarva parigraham shariram kevalam karma kurvan napnoti kilbisham yadrichalabha santushto dvandvatito vimatsarah samasiddha asiddho cha krutva pina nibadyate. Yadrichalabha, when you are not hankering after this I must get, and without that my life is incomplete. When you are throwing your heart behind everything, whatever you are doing, whatever if you do not have, this is a must for me, and there is no tension, and you are happily accept the outcome. You will accept the outcome, whatever outcome is there you will accept. Yadrichalabha, you have thrown your heart behind that one. In the second chapter, Shri Krishna talks about karmanye vadikaraste ma paleshu kadachana ma karma palaheturbhu ma te samgostva akarmani. You have right only to act. The dispenser of result is not you, somebody else. Accept the result. You have, when you are throwing your heart behind your action and the dispenser of result is somebody else, have a gratitude of accepting the outcome. You have written the exam, prepared well, thrown your heart well, and you are expecting 100 out of 100. If you are getting only 90%, you have done your heart, thrown your heart. Instead of going into depression, and some people commit suicide also. I did not get required. Accept. Life is much beyond than one just fruit. There are so many fruits are there in the life, not to just go into depression for just one incident. One incident. Many life is full of so many activities, so many results are coming, not to get bogged down by one. Be gracious. Look ahead and with grace move ahead in your life. And gatasangasya muktasya jnana vastita chetasam yajnaya charata karma samagram praviliyate. And without any attachment for the desired outcome, it won't let the mind fly to the great heights. If you want to fly to the great heights in your life, you should know how to disengage yourself from trivial things. So only then you will be able to fly high in your life. That is called as vairagya. Raga means attachment. Attached, if you are so attached to the outcome, mind won't fly to great heights. Learn the art of vairagya. Let it go. Let go, it is called as vairagya. Vairagya along with let go. Vairagya alone is not enough. Arjuna wanted to run to the forest. Vairagya alone, sannyasa alone is not useful. Vairagya must be combined with jnana. I want to fly higher. Jnana and Vairagya, Jnana and Bhakti are called as the two wings of the birds. With the help of Vairagya, the life of this bird, this body, the soul is called as a bird. It will, with the Vairagya detachment, Jnana and Bhakti are the two wings. It will take us to great heights in our life. Vairagya combined with Jnana and Bhakti will take us to the great heights in our lives. Shri Krishna says the Karma Yoga, how to do the Karma Yoga, how to ascend to great heights in your life. Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavihi, Brahmagno, Brahmanahutam, Brahmaiva tena gantavyam, Brahma karma samadhina. Shri Krishna says, Shri Krishna gives so many examples how to elevate yourselves to the great heights in your life. How to move up, scale up in your life. Whatever you are doing, you offer it to the Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord, suppose if I am going to a friend's place, and the friend's place, he is my contemporary, I take ordinary things, maybe some fruits or some chocolate to his house. Suppose I am going to a temple, I won't take ordinary things. I take some things very special, fresh flowers, fresh fruits, I will take that one. Suppose if I am going to a guru's place, I take something very special. I want to offer the best. Shri Krishna says, to offer the best, you have to, the best in you comes out according to the vision you have. When you have the vision of the Lord, He is the best. Whatever I am doing, I am giving to the highest. Supreme Lord, my friend, eternal companion, my goal of my life, when I am giving to Him, I won't be giving ordinary things. My actions won't be ordinary. I will throw my heart behind whatever I am doing, because I am offering to the Supreme Lord. Brahmarpanam. This action, whatever I am doing, it is an offering to the Supreme Lord. So, I will be extra careful how I will act in my life. I am extremely careful. And because I am offering my best to the Supreme Lord. Brahmarpanam. My Brahma Havihi. My actions, whatever I am doing, it is an offering into the fire of the Lord. Fire in the form of Lord, in the form of fire. Brahmagno, that fire I am offering, which will burn all imperfections in me. Brahmagno Brahmanahutam Brahmaiva tena gantavyam. When my vision of my action, goal of my action, whom I am invoking through my action is pure, noble, highest, best in me will come out. Shri Krishna gives an example how the best can come out. You should know whom you are doing the action for. Who is the target audience? One person, he said he's writing an article for Yoga Surabhi. I asked him, who is the target audience? He said, no target audience, sir. No, you should not say, I don't have a target audience. You should have a target audience. Whatever you are doing, Shri Krishna says, the best target audience is the Lord. And next option, one level down, Shri Krishna talks about Daivame vapare yajnam yogina pariyupasate Brahmagno va apare yajnam yajnenaivopajuhvati. When I am doing the best, offering the best, I know I cannot do it myself. I need a support of other people. A teamwork is a must. Without having a teamwork, I cannot do the great things. The great things cannot be done alone. You have to do as a team. And if the Prime Minister of the country, Modi ji, though he is highly inspired, and if he doesn't know how to take the team along, working alone, 24 hours won't serve. You should know how to take the team along. Daivame vapare yajnam. Yajna means collective worship. You should know how to engage, take people into confidence, inspire people to join hands for the higher cause. Not only you are inspired, you inspire your children, you inspire your family members, you inspire your colleagues, you inspire the seekers of this type. You move around. Why I am moving around from place to place? I move from country to country. Why I am doing that one? I am looking for such an inspired people. I am looking for those type of people who are also looking for that one. When I find them, they jump into this path, this yajna. I also want to join hands. That is the reason I go to place, and to looking for these inspired people. Inspired people, I know they are rare in number, but I am not giving up hopes. Quantity is not important. The numbers are not important. I am going from place to place looking for people who wants to excel in their life. And teamwork is important. And Sri Krishna says the second type, engage the team. The third one, I talked about this one, Shrotradhin indriyananye samyam agnishu juhvati shabdadin vishayan anyam indriyagnishu juhvati. Do not use your ears for hearing the gossips. You go to many parties only to hear the gossips. This instrument, hearing Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. These are the three components of the seekers. Able to hear the right things, able to contemplate on that one, and remove unwanted stuff and take the essence of that one. You should be able to do that one. First requirement, pay attention to the good things. Pay attention. Use your ears, use the sound, right sound as an yajna. The incoming sound into the ear. This joining the right sound and into the ear, this contact is called as yajna. Right sound, right information must come to my ear. Information and ear, that joining together is another yajna. Use your ears for yajna, and through the senses you are doing the yajna. The next yajna Sri Krishna talks about sarvani indriya karmani prana karmani cha pare atma samyama yogagno juhvati jnana dipite. Sri Krishna says, through all senses, not only the ears, maybe through your smell or taste or hands. If I am moving around in the building, around the block, not to think it is like you are walking like a dog and aimlessly, you are walking around the Lord. You are doing a parikrama. You are doing the pradakshina around the Lord. Every action find the purpose behind every action. That will illumine your life. Calm atma samyama yogagno. Calm your mind, serene mind. That is another calming the mind and engaging the senses. Mind and senses joining together, it is called as another yajna. Mind and all senses joining, it is another yajna. Another one, dravya yajna, tapo yajna, yoga yajna, tata pare, swadhyaya jnana yajnascha, yathaya samshruti vrataha. Yathaya means continuous effort. It's not one-off, not once in a week, not once in a month, not once in a term. Continuous effort, and whatever liquid, dravya yajna, whatever the mobile wealth you have, mobile properties you have, dravya yajna, whatever you have, mobile, tapo yajna, whatever austerities you are doing, yoga yajna, whatever yoga you are doing, it is also yajna. Yoga means joining, you are limited to the higher. In the yoga, whatever contemplation you are doing and whatever knowledge you are acquiring, it's an yajna. Samshruti vrataha, without fail, as an austerity, do this one as an yajna. And every action must become a karma yoga. Karma yoga, it is not 9 to 5, 24/7. And then, not only that one, action, Shri Krishna talks about, last week I briefly touched upon this one, breathing, whatever, unknowingly I am breathing. Not only consciously, when I am fast asleep, still I am breathing. Shri Krishna says, breathing also is a pranayama, it's a yajna. Unless I exhale, unless I give out, I can't take in. Some people, they are very short-handed when it comes to giving. They don't want to give even a small penny. And some people, they attend class and say, I did not come last week, can I take a discount? Every cent counts for them. They don't want to give out. And they want to only take. Only those who are taking, they can't retain. Like this breathing, unless you exhale out, you cannot inhale. If you want to inhale, if you want to take more and more in your life, you should know how to give out more and more. How to exhale out, you should know how to give out. Then only you can take more and more in your life. How to enrich your life? By giving out. Exhale more. Remove your exhaling, nothing but purging out your negativities. When you start giving out, negative karmas gets purged out. Positivity in you rises up. Unless you exhale, you cannot inhale. You can't take on the positive things in your life. And if you are taking the positive things, if you want to take more positive, you have to learn the art of let it go. You can't just hold on, I can't give out. Let it go, more and more will come. This is a message from Pranayama. Exhale and inhale. If you are inhaling and exhaling, join, you understand, I can't inhale without exhaling, without giving out, I can't take in. And if I want to give out, I should have in my life. If myself is a pauper, I can't give out. If I want to give, I must be able to take in. Take, inhale, enrich and give out. Enrich, give out. If I want to draw the water from the well, more water, as I take more water, from the well, more water comes out. If I want an enriched life, learn from the pranayama. Give out to take on. Pranayama also is a yajna. Learn from this one. What did you learn from breathing? What did you learn? There is every step I mentioned. There is every action. There is a message. What did you learn from your breathing? I can't take on unless I give out. And that is another message. I will talk on that one further. Maybe in the class also next week I will be in Melbourne. Maybe I will talk on further on that one in the class. Apare niyatahara. Apare niyata ahara pranan praneshu juhvati sarva api ayajna viduh yajna kshapita kalmasha. Apare niyatahara. Apare niyatahara. From the control. Now the food. Whatever food you are taking, apare niyata for others, another type, control the food intake. Have control over your tongue. Like a small baby, whatever comes to mouth, puts on the into the mouth, you control your food intake. Not to be naturally drawn towards some food. That is why Shastras prescribed fast once in fortnight, Ekadashi, 11th day after full moon and new moon. This way you start getting the control over the food. Food is not the master, my tongue is not the master. I decide when to take, I decide how much to take. Have the control over your tongue, not be like a cow all the time eating. And apare niyatahara, control the diet. And pranan praneshu juhpati. If you want to invoke have a higher prana in you, more strength, regulate your food intake. Overeating without having any control over your diet, your digestive fire becomes weak, your prana shakti goes down. If you want a high prana shakti, have control over your diet. You are not eating to please anyone. If you go to someone's house, if they offer, if it is not a right time, you can politely say, sorry, this is not the time, I already had. You are not living for others, you are living what is good for you. Living for what is good for you. Prana praneshu, the food and the tongue, you linking that one, it's a yajna. Sarvapyete yajna vidhum, yajna kshapita kalmasham. These type of yajna vidhu, various type, yajna kshapita kalmasham. It helps in purging out impurities from us. Yajna shishta ashina, yajna shishta amrita bujo, yajna shishta amrita bujo, yanti brahma sanatanam, nayam loko asti ayajnasya kutonya kurusattama. Yajna shishta amrita bujo yanti brahma sanatanam. When your life is, everything is yajna, there is no personally, you are not saying that I am doing for myself. It is a collective worship. Whatever left over, you take, you are happy with the whatever left over. You are not the first one to enjoy. Whatever, when it's distributed, you are relishing after that. Yanti brahma sanatanam. Yanti yet Lord Brahma, Sanatanam, they move towards the Supreme Lord, eternal Lord. One who does the yajnas this way, one starts moving towards the eternal Lord, imperishable Lord, eternal Lord, this way. One who doesn't do lokosya ayajnasya, loko asti ayajnasya, one who doesn't do yajna, one who lives for oneself, and there is no happiness in that person's life. Without karma yoga, you cannot expect happiness, joy, serenity, contentment, bliss in your life. Karma yoga is a must. Yajna is a must if you are seeking happiness in your life. If you are seeking joy in your life, you must have joy, you must do karma yoga as a yajna. Shri Krishna has given various type of yajnas, and like offering everything to the Lord, and like a teamwork, like hearing, like food, and engaging the mind and your senses, and normal breathing. Whatever you are doing, various types you are doing, and it will set you free. If you are on the other token, if you are living for yourself, if you are not contributing for the others, there is no joy in your life, there is no happiness in your life, you live in vain. Shri Krishna is very critical on those who live for themselves. Vasudeva sutam devam kamsa chanuramardanam devaki paramanandam krishnam vande jagadgurum.